Hi, RAM fans. This is Maile Martin from Student Activities at Fresno City College. And RAM 30 is all about meeting inspirational Fresno City College alumni and community members to hear their story of inspiration and success. Today, we are meeting a Fresno City College alum, also an past international student, and I'll have to ask him what year it was, but he grew up in India, and so I have a lot of questions for him. Please meet Karanbir Singh. Hi, Karanbir.
Hello, Miley. How are you?
I am great. So wonderful to see you. And I have a ton of questions for you, but how is the weather there in Toronto?
It's start getting chilly, so it's cold here. So not too much cold, but it's starting.
I think
Yeah.
it's wonderful that we can at least have a conversation. You're far away. This is not an in-person interview, but with everything going on, I appreciate your time and availability to just answer a lot of questions that I have about your experience at Fresno City College as an
Mhm.
international student. But first, I kind of want to know a lot. You grew up in India. You're from India. And I see from our notes that you came to the United States with a bachelor's in engineering, electrical engineering,
Yes.
from Punjab Technical University.
Yeah.
I want to know, I heard too you were the first in your family to travel outside of India. I want to hear about your life in India and what brought you to the place where you said, I want to have a great experience abroad. So I'd like to hear about your story.
Yeah. First of all, thank you very much, Miley, for providing me the opportunity to be on RAM 30. So, yes, I came from a very rural area of Punjab, and Punjab is mostly like an agricultural state in India, and my family uh, we just came from a village to our nearby city because our parents wants to provide us the quality education in the city. So I have completed uh, my primary and secondary education in my hometown of Sangrur, Punjab, and then. Uh, as my uncle advised my parents to uh, move to the city from village because he was the first person in our family to have an engineering degree, and he pushed my father to come to the city so the children can have better education over there. So later, so I completed my secondary education over there, and then later on, I did my bachelor's in electrical engineering from Guru Nanak Dev Engineering College in Ludhiana. And yeah, after that, yeah, I started looking for jobs, and I even did a job in Hindustan Power for for less than 6 months. But then I decided to uh, prepare for the exams to come to the US, and because as my yeah, my cousin he was in the US earlier, and he motivated me to come to the US. So I said I can give it a try, but my I was not prepared to go abroad after my studies. So my plan was to stay there and start a job over there. So with my job, I prepared for the exams to get admission in U.S. colleges or universities, and I have cleared my IELTS exam. I have given my GRE exam, which is necessary to get admission in U.S. colleges and universities. And yes, then I've cleared my IELTS and applied, and luckily I got admission there in Fresno. And yeah, then I got my visa. Yes, and then
So,
I packed my bags to live an American dream.
wow. So, okay, Karen Bear, the United States is a big place. How did you pick Fresno City College of all places?
Actually, my uncle, one of my uncle, lives in Fresno, and he told me about that college. So, but my main reason to select Fresno was it was economically very fit for my budget, which I can spend on my and my savings, which I have planned to spend on my studies in US. So Fresno was the best choice for me for the quality education and for uh, for the economic liability.
Well, that's amazing. I'm always amazed when I meet Fresno City College international students because I have had an experience as well. In my sophomore year, I transferred into University of the Pacific just so I could have an experience and travel to Japan. And I had one semester of Japanese, and I just wanted to have an Asian experience being an adoptee, a Korean adoptee, growing up in an very all American family. So the program to Japan was great. And so I did spend 9 months studying abroad. And I have to say that it was a wonderful experience. But oh my goodness, I mean, I was so homesick during the holidays. It was, oh my god, I come from a family of 8 kids. And so, having holidays with everyone to miss that. How about you, Karen Bear? You're away from home. Now, did you live with your uncle here in Fresno? So you had some family or no?
No, actually, when I just came to United States, I lived with my one of my uncle's friends for a few days, and then I came to in Sacramento, and he received me from the airport, and I lived with him 2 days, and then later on, I have one contact in Fresno, and my brother and my uncle, and then I lived a few weeks with him. Then later on, I've found my own accommodation. Uh, it really it was very difficult for me to just came into the new country and look for the accommodation, and you have a totally like a new system in front of you, like so it was not easy to navigate, but I got the help from my relatives and my friends, and yeah, and I found accommodation nearby Fresno State in the apartments, and we
Uh-huh.
were like few international students, and we just uh, rented an apartment nearby. So yes, and
I'm I'm amazed that you could navigate through all of those, those challenging barriers. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I lived abroad and it wasn't easy, when you don't speak the language as well.
yeah,
That was the roughest thing for me. I had one semester of Japanese, and of course, in Japan, everyone thinks I'm Japanese, and I'm not. But that was tough.
yeah,
Of course, you speak English. Where does
yes.
that courage, that drive, that grit come from, Karen Beer, to travel abroad? You're the first in your family,
Mhm.
and where does that energy, that drive, that passion come from?
Yeah, my parents, they want like my parents were the main source of my courage, because uh, our like I come from a very middle class family, and we don't have too much money at our disposal for education. But my parents said that if you want to all of us, that if we want to study, we can invest as much you want, but we cannot give you like provide
Mhm.
you funds with anything else you want to do. But we will be more than happy to provide you funds for your education. So, and yeah, that was my motivation. So I just want to come to the US and live on, and also I want to get an international experience, that how it's like to be in in a whole different world, and it's a challenge in itself, that you want to live alone in a country, and
Mhm.
yeah, that was my motivation behind coming to the US.
Awesome. So
Mhm.
while at Fresno City College, I want to share that you had many different work experiences. You worked in the technical support center for a while. You also worked a summer as district maintenance. You did the painting, the cleaning, all kinds of
Mhm.
things in the summertime. When we met, you were working in student activities, and I was just so amazed at your maturity and your poise and your genteel spirit. Um, and then also, you participated as a senator in the Associated Student Government.
Yes, right.
And you were also the vice president of the International Student
Student
Club.
club. Yeah.
So, all these wonderful experiences, how did these experiences shape you as an individual?
My experience at Fresno City College was wonderful, and I can say that that experience made me resilient in my life because earlier when I came to US, I was not very I cannot like talk to many persons. So I decided that I should go to different places and work with different departments so that I have become uh, more connected with them. Because I was very shy, to be true, that I was very shy in the beginning. Uh, so I decided to work as a volunteer in TSS, the Technical Support Center at Fresno City. So which gave me the courage so I can connect with people, like communicate with them. And then later on, I got the summer job at the SCCD operations, which was a painter assistant job. And then I connected with lots of people. So uh, then the, the working at student activities, it really shaped me because uh, in that job you have to communicate with a lot of staff people, a lot of students, and yeah, that gives you more confidence in yourself. And yeah, I can say that working over there had given me a lot of resilience in my life, and for and then I was more open to talk to my professors, and I have made a lot of friends on campus. Yeah, and yeah, that experience well shaped me. So,
Everything you shared. I just say goosebumps because I'm just so proud of you and for the courage, the strength, the drive that you have to really build your personal leadership and really go out of your comfort zone to
yes.
become the man you are today. I wanted to also say that what would you tell other international students at Fresno City College? What advice would you give them? Because I'm going to share this, of course, with students that are coming in from other countries. And of course, now we're in COVID, but once COVID lifts, what would you tell other international students? What advice would you give them?
As an international student, I would give them advice that you shouldn't be uh, shouldn't stay in your comfort zone. You should go out and meet people make friends on campus, and you should try to work with different departments, and and I can say that you will find a lot of opportunities on campus to work in various departments, which gives you like a kind of like a more good picture of the campus, and you will meet more people, and uh, it will not seem that you are away from your home because Fresno City is a family. Yeah, and it's a family, and people over there are very friendly, and they work with you. They answer your every question. So if you have any problem, you should be able to navigate different departments. How you should can get help on campus. How different departments. Yeah, can help you in different ways, like how can you can schedule an appointment with the counselor, and if you need any medical services, how can you approach a medical center. So yeah, there are a lot of challenges for international students, and first of all is the language barrier. But I will suggest them go out, meet people. If you, that's right. If you if you are not able to speak that fluently, yeah, yeah. But meeting new people and working with the staff and the counselors, it will give you more uh, courage, and it will refine your communication skills, and then it all becomes a family, and it will not uh, it will not be very difficult to be alone in a different country. So my advice will be this to all international students.
That is wonderful. Fresno City Colleges is a family, and student activities, another family, international students, family. So there are a lot of different areas within Fresno City College where students can develop their personal leadership and skills. So once you graduated from Fresno City College, Karanbir, you had some great jobs. Tell us a little bit about what did you do next? I think I'll let you share that.
Yeah. Uh, After my graduation from Fresno City College in August 2018, uh, I have joined Tesla as a production control associate at Tesla Motors in Fremont. And yes, I worked there for, it was a contractual job for 5 months. I worked over 5 months, and yeah, working at Tesla was whole different life experience, because the Fremont factory is very, like, it's a city in itself. It employs more than 16,000 people over there, and yeah, there, and working over there as a production control associate uh, was like it was a good experience. It is very fast paced, I will say, but you will adapt with the time. And yeah, and then later on, I moved into my core industry, which is networking computer technician. So then I worked as a regional service technician at Getronics for almost 7 months in the US before coming back to the India. And I was working as a networking computer technician, and yeah, working over there was also a very good experience, because I used to uh, provide technical service. We used to provide technical services to a lot of our clients, like automation and the Raley's, Safeway, and I got like a lot of experience from there, working as a regional service technician. Yeah. So I think these are the two companies I worked in the US.
That's exciting. So, Karen Berry, you're so appreciative of gaining knowledge and, and increasing your life experience. It's something that I hope all students will, the more you learn, that gives you, you want to put your learning into action, and you've done that. You had some great work experience. Um, how can students learn to go after what they want? What advice would you give to students that, I mean, you went on a journey, you're still on this amazing journey. What advice could you give students who are listening today and going, wow, I mean, I'm going, wow, I'm amazed. Um, but what advice can you give students?
Uh, my advice will be you should never stop working towards your dream. So, or a particular thing you are behind. Like you should always, yeah, there will be a lot of circumstances which will push you that you should quit. No, I just don't want to do it. It's very difficult. But I would say if you really want it, and you just really push yourself towards that goal. And it cannot be like you're putting your 100% in there. You should just go toward that goal and put your efforts every day. And I think that ultimately it will be compounded into achieving that your bigger goal. So my advice will be never quit. So always go behind your dream, and ultimately you will achieve it.
Hmm. This is
Mhm.
your American dream. You're living your American dream.
Mhm. Yes.
So, Karanbir, I was kind of, we're on Facebook, and I happened to see some amazing, beautiful pictures of you and your lovely bride. Congratulations on finding happiness. And I have to ask because you're from India, and I watched on Netflix this, arranged marriage matchmaker show. I watched the whole thing. I couldn't stop, and she matchmaked everyone. I know in India it's very common to be, to find a match through a matchmaker, or your parents set you up with someone. So I have to ask, was your marriage an arranged marriage or a love marriage? Just have to ask.
Thank you, Miley, for the wishes. And yes, it is very common in India to like parents arrange your marriage and find someone, and or hire a matchmaker. Uh, but in my case, mine was love marriage, and we were in the relationship from past almost 8 or 9 years. And because we were together when I did my bachelor's back in my home country. We were together there, and yes, it was long distance for 5 years, but yeah, ultimately we ultimately the stars aligned, and we married recently in March 2020 before COVID.
Oh my
Luckily,
good.
yeah, and yeah,
Wow. That's another
then.
inspiring story. And you've known each other for 8 years. You left for 5 years, long distance. You stayed true to your path and kept developing yourself. And
Mhm.
I think that's wonderful. That's just amazing.
Thank you.
Let's see, what else did I want to ask you? We do have a little bit more time. What are the
Mhm.
big differences between India and America? If you would sum it up quickly, the way of thinking, what would you say?
Uh, I would say like India is India and US have both like different are two different worlds. I can say, because in India it's the life is not very fast as US, but um, it's a lot of cultural differences, and yeah, India is a good place to live in for education. But I can say in the US, you have a lot of job opportunities, and uh, more international experience. And yeah, um, I would say that in India, uh, there are not the biggest flaw in education is the reservation system. Uh, because there is a lot of reservation while getting admissions into colleges and universities. Uh, but what I find appealing in the US was that everything is like your ability, and there is no reservation system. So that's what I like about the US education system, that there is no reservation. Um, yeah, I will sum up in that point.
Okay,
Mhm.
that is awesome. Well, do you think you'll stay in Toronto? Do you like Toronto?
Yeah, I like Toronto. Actually, I moved here after the marriage. This is my second month, and
Ah,
yeah, so second
well,
month in Toronto, and
well,
so it
good
is
thing
good
you're
so far.
there. Yeah, I'm going to say good thing you're there because we're having so many fires and air issues, and I hope
Yeah,
you stay safe there. And is there anything else? We're about time to wrap up. Is there anything else you want to share with students, Karen Beer?
yeah. I would say, students, that you should always have that inspiration in you, which because that's the ultimate thing which drives you towards the goal. So never quit. So always try, and you will ultimately achieve your goal.
Well, Karen Bear, thank you so much for sharing. Ram fans, there you go. Karen Bear has some great advice for all students. So everyone stay inspired, stay healthy, and thank you again so much for sharing your life journey with us. So inspiring. Karen Bear,
Thank,
thank
thank you,
you.
Miley. Thank you, Jenny.
Bye.
Bye.